having Emerson Royale and Davis as your fullbacks. I didn't see anything after that. And it was again the same pattern that I've seen in the last couple of games. Even though we've won, we have momentum, we start well early, then we have a bit of a lull, and then the first half is kind of nothing. Then second half, we have momentum again, we might score some goals, and then we just go on a lull again. But that's just summed up Tottenham in the last couple of games. It's just that we didn't get away with it. And that is, Wolves are our crypt. Bad to life, bad to... Yo, it's your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another video. Tottenham 1, Wolves 2. And I've got to be honest, Wolves look like a kryptonite. Again, well, doing a double over Tottenham and looking like a team that's shown us why Mr. Box Office had concerns about Tottenham in the future. Tottenham, let's be honest, started very well. We had a chance, we were getting up, we were very much going on the front foot. But there was an earlier chance after that made me look concerned. I was in the North Stand and watching the way that Neto, Gomes were pressing us. And they had a very good chance, which was kicked over the bar. It's shown what the game was going to be all about. The first half wasn't very good from Tottenham though. And it culminated with some chances for Wolves. We did have some good spells in terms of play, but we're losing the balls in very vital areas. And the first thing I have to say is that the lineup, having Emerson Royale and Davis as your fullbacks, just sums up why my concerns were there straight away. Now, Davis for me wasn't too bad, let's be honest here. Especially in the first half, I don't think he was that bad. He wasn't the sole reason why we were letting go of the play. But Emerson, yeah, he might have tackled, but he just was not there. And I told you why. When we had 20 million on the table for Emerson, we should have taken it. But then I'm in the mud. That's what Mr. Box Office is, in the mud. I mean, then we had our first team. We can't really complain because, let's be honest here, we had a very good team out there that should have done something. But there was times in that first half that Wolves were getting through, and it was only because of Van der Ven's brilliance that he's been brilliant this season, and Vicario saving us kept the scoreline 0-0 at the time. Yes, Richarlison had his chances. Unfortunately, he just wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough at that time, just wasn't good enough at all. And it was just very frustrating. You could see the midfield was strong, very strong. Yes, we had lots of the ball, but really, we didn't really have that cutting edge, and that was the problem in that first half. And it culminated in that towards the end of the game, towards the end of the first half, when Wolves had a corner, Gomes got on top of everybody and scored from a header. Just put it straight in. Kari had no chance. I was quite shocked that Gomes got through when he was very small. So that just shows you where our defence is. Absolutely awful, and that's it. I've got to be honest as well. Romero, where were you today? Where were you today? I'm told that this guy's a leader. He's becoming a leader of men, Romero. Well, I didn't see him today. Where was he? Where was he? Honestly. I mean, he just kept on making mistakes, and he made a very early mistake in the first half as well, when you could see the press was getting to Tottenham. You could see it. Basuma again, he was all right, but I don't think he's playing that well. And I think that was a struggle today as well. He did make some good runs, and he did come out with the ball really well sometimes. But ultimately, it just wasn't good enough. Saad made his presence known as well, but again, just wasn't good enough. Kulu on the right just wasn't there. And just a very flat but rough first half, and it just culminated in them scoring. And it came into the second half, and you could see straight away that they got a rollicking in the changing room because they came straight out very early. Second half, the first part was good. We started well. We went straight out the blocks, and it culminated in Richarlison holding up the ball, Kulu coming from the outside, getting the ball, and then really putting it through into the back of the net. And it was a very good goal, a really good goal for Tottenham, to be honest. It was very well taken from Kulu. But then after that, I didn't see anything after that. And it was again a same pattern that I've seen in the last couple of games. Even though we've won, we have momentum, we start well early, then we have a bit of a lull, and then the first half is kind of nothing. Then second half, we have momentum again, we might score some goals, and then we just go on a lull again. And teams start to take advantage of that. And then we've seen that in previous games against Brentford, we've seen it against Bournemouth, we've seen it for quite a long time. And the confusing thing is, it was the same old pattern again. We made substitutions. We brought on Bentancur. We brought on Werner. And to be fair to Werner was making some very good runs. But no one was looking for him. No one could get the ball to him. And it was just very frustrating. He was also up front making some very good runs, and no one was looking for him whatsoever. Now, I'm not a fan of Werner. I don't think he's good enough. And I don't know whether he would have taken those chances anyway. But to me, it just sums up why we just pass outside, and it just keeps on passing it outside. We're all passing it together, and it's just, you see Maddison trying to do something, but if Maddison's not on the ball trying to find that pass, no one's doing it, and that's it. And that's just the frustrating thing. Or you've got Son trying to put crosses in, and that's it. Yes, Emerson tried to do something as well, but it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. And then it culminated, even though we had so much possession, Emerson loses the ball, Neto goes through, and then Neto puts it through to Gomes, and Gomes absolutely puts it back in the back of the net, and that was it. Game, set, match, and then that was it for Tottenham. But that's just summed up Tottenham in the last couple of games. It's just that we didn't get away with it, and that is, Wolves are our kryptonite. And again, we just weren't good enough. Even though we made some subs, and it just wasn't good enough. We just couldn't get through. And Wolves just slowed their game down and just kept on getting fouls and just made this game stop, start. And that was it. Yes, Davies had his chance at the end of the match, but again, sums up why he's not a footballer. And what I've been saying for so long, we cannot do this next season. And what I'll say to Tottenham fans is this: back to life, back to reality. That's what it's called, back to reality, and that's it. When you told me that I need to believe in Richarlison, Emerson, Johnson, Davis, when you told me to believe in Højbjerg, and I told you that they were bang average, look what's happened. Maybe you need to listen to the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, yours truly, Mr. Box Office. And if you don't know, you should have got to know already. So that's all I've got to say, and that's it. Please like and subscribe, and keep watching. I'll be back soon. This is not a great way to end after we've got now another 2 weeks to lull over this. Crystal Palace next. We'll see what happens next. But Tottenham Hotspur got outdone by Gomes for Wolves. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and come on you Spurs. And I'm out.